artists, Jacob, are trying to figure out what they should be. And what was striking about my conversation with you yesterday that I was thinking about last night is you are very comfortable, it seems, in your artist's skin. And that's not always the case. I want to play a little clip, not so much for you, but I'm interested to get your thoughts, but for the friend who just answered that question. Cue up the True North clip. This is a little clip we put together when we started this website, some little kind of big picture thoughts about how to get your head in the right place. I think it might help our friend, but I'm interested to get your comments as well. I have this thought that I've shared with artists over the years, and it has to do with this notion of finding your compass and finding your true north. And I think what it really means is understanding who you are, understanding where it is you want to go at the biggest picture level. And the reason you need to do that is because once you get into the music business, you will have all kinds of competing agendas and forces pulling on you in different directions. You write a song and you've taken a path and it's not quite going well. And somebody wants to go, well, you need to do this and you need to do that, or you need to be a little more like this or a little more like that. And if you haven't got a clear sense of what you're about, if you don't have a clear sense of where you are and where you want to go, you will be pulled off course frequently. True artists, whether you like their music or not, have a clear sense of who they are. And the great ones definitely did. And that's why they're so easily identified. I saw Willie Nelson the other night. Willie Nelson started in the country music where it was strings and violins and very polished, and he said, no, that's not who I am. And then he became the real Willie Nelson with the bandana and this and that. He's 80 years old. He's still out there being Willie Nelson at 80 years old and couldn't give a shit about what anybody thinks of it. That's staying true to your compass. And I think it applies not just in the music business, but about in life in general. The people that are never sure who they are, that are just waffling from place to place, you never know how close they are to coming out the other end of the forest. So for me, it's figure out your compass, set it and trust it. You seem to have a really clear idea on what your compass is. You could have chosen pop music. You could have chosen easier roots than reggae music, but you wear it like you own it, my friend. Am I reading that right?
Yeah, I don't, there are so many comments I have. Was that you talking there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good, dude. That was good. I've got a lot. That's like the story of my life, man. The problem people have when they're finding their compass, though, is that they think it's about choosing. And it's not. It's about being chosen. And then once you're chosen, you have to listen to yourself. And you got to believe in yourself. When I was a kid, people would you kind of choose what you're about. So like this week you're about this kind of music, and next week you're over that and you're about this kind of music. But that's all you just find in yourself. But one day, yeah, you gotta figure out what you're really about. And every artist, you said Willie Nelson, but I mean James Brown or Jimi Hendrix or the Black Keys, someone from nowadays, or Brandon Boyd, or all these people have this quality where they are themselves, and they can't put out a record that doesn't sound like themselves, and they can't act in a way that isn't like themselves. And that's what people are buying into. It's like going to see a movie with a bunch of characters nobody gives a shit about versus going to see a movie with a bunch of really well-written characters with a lot of backstory and a lot of personal convictions and beliefs, and a couple of them are maybe in love with each other, and there's some other stuff. You care about those people. But the guy who goes up and wins American Idol, that's like a fad to you. That's like, well, you'll be over that soon because that guy has to move on. And, nothing against American Idol or any American Idol winners, but it's two completely different things, and I agree with you.
And by the way, folks, it's not easy. It's an ongoing process. There's no tried and true answers.